Hello, and welcome back to Sagevivor. As a quick recap, in the last episode, we had the Risk and Reward Challenge where both tribes had $1,000 that they could spend collectively in secret. Both tribes popped the heck off and spent a ridiculous amount of money. Now, today, after that, we went ahead and swapped them. That's right. At a final 18, instead of staying in their two tribes, we swapped them from 2 tribes to 3. So I'll show you those here with the cast list. Now, as you can see, the Vakadevdra tribe is a new tribe that we have introduced. This swap is crazy. Some people feel like they got swap screwed. Some people feel like they're in great positions. Let's see how the cast is feeling after a naughty little swap like that. Now, real quick, one thing to mention is since the first episode, people have been finding advantages and all sorts of crazy things on the grid. It's been wild. So make sure you're paying attention this episode and you're watching exactly who has what. It'll be under the text right up here next to them, so you should be able to see it. Most of these advantages are pretty self-explanatory as far as the Survivor universe goes, so if you're a Survivor newbie, I do suggest you look up a wiki or something, but I do feel the need to explain the one big difference, one big advantage in this particular Ord in Sagevivor exclusively, and that's going to be the idle pieces. So you can find an idle piece within the game, and that idle piece negates one singular vote towards you, so you can play that by itself and block one vote coming at you, which could be used pretty dynamically. But if you collect 3 of those pieces, you have the option to combine all 3 pieces into a full immunity idol. Will players use the individual pieces to negate the votes that they need, or will they make the whole idol and use it that way? Only time will tell, but that is the most exclusive advantage we have.
To my second confessional, I made it past the first double elimination because somehow in the first challenge, both teams spent the same amount, which is interesting because my team spent an obscene amount of money, whereas I personally only did spend $25 out of the grand, and that was with my alliance. So I can't even imagine. I have a really strong inkling of who spent the most money, and yeah. But anyway, there's so much tea that needs to be shared, so much so that I made myself a cup because there's so much fucking tea that literally I needed it, I craved it because of all the tea that I'm about to share. Alright, so where do I even begin? First challenge was crazy. Like I said, we ended a tie, double elimination. I know from my team personally, Chelsie was eliminated. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I did vote for Chelsie, nothing against her. I just didn't have a really connection with her. I didn't get to talk to her very much, and I talked to everyone else a little bit at least, so that made the most logical choice. And from those who I've talked to before the decision was made, it was kind of a similar thing, so I don't think it has anything to do with Chelsie. I'm sure she's amazing. I kind of wish we had a chance to connect at least, but it is what it is. So that was crazy. I actually didn't get to see the voting go down because I thought it was gonna happen at 8, but it happened at 5 and I was like doing yoga, so I missed it. I had to get filled in. But yeah, after that, when I came back from yoga, not only did I see that the voting was already done and the tallied votes were already released, but Sage just like totally pulled a Houdini on me, and all of us, I'm sure.
Alright, so let's take a moment and think about how we got here, right? So, Seth's gone from our end. No real shocker there. The guy kind of just, well, I don't even know how to describe how he jumped out of the gate. But major red flags with him playing so hard immediately and spreading different information that was very easily verifiably wrong. So that's a rip to him. And then he goes on his little spiel at the end about how we broke the unwritten rule and didn't vote the inactive. And then the inactive chimes in and makes himself known. Like, the guy who was inactive the whole time, pretty much the whole time, up until this point, seems to have more personality than the guy we voted out, which is astounding to me. I mean, I'm sure he's a good guy in real life, but still, I mean, for the short time he was here. Come on. Anyway, moving forward, we went right into a swap, and I couldn't have asked for a luckier situation. We ended up with our group of 6 is 5 from my original tribe, counting myself, and then poor James over there. Moonlight sent me a meme they made of us all running around. It's like SpongeBob and Patrick, and then Squidward's up watching from the window. It's just James looking at all the OG, all the people from their OG tribe just chilling while he's just sitting there watching. It was funny. And so that's awesome. And the best part is, the set's whole spiel about, oh, good luck dealing with the consequences of having an inactive in the next challenge. Well, the joke's on you, buddy, because the immediate swap means that point doesn't matter. And on top of that, Link's not even in our group. I got off scot-free. And now going into this challenge is flag making. It is what it is. I'm not a big fan of flag making challenges. Sorry, Aurora. Sorry, Pandora. Not a fan. It's very subjective. And quite frankly, I have no idea how it's going to happen. But, James, we got him. It's a buffer vote. I'm sure the guy might make a case to find a crack. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's a little early, so whatever. Just keep trugging along, I guess, and we'll see how these flags develop tomorrow.
It's Mia, back again, looking very greasy. Okay, updates. Set is done. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Nothing against Set, like I said, it's just playing too hard, too fast, not being super honest with people about how the alliances are going and all that stuff. So, unfortunately, I was like, I'm not gonna deal with that right now. He could be a threat in the future. Let's not. From what I can see, I think it was Chelsie who was voted out on the other tribe. I have to be honest, I got access to the tribal channel for a little bit of time, so I got to see that it was a unanimous vote pretty much, kind of like was Set. So I don't know what went on there. Seems like there was some coordinating, so there might be some alliances on the other side. So I'll have to, keep track of that and stuff. Let's see. I'm on to... Oh yeah, I have new teammates. Everybody's been sorted and all that stuff. So I've got Nova and Alex and Dave and Kali. And then Donut, luckily, is on here as well. And Donut and I are pretty, close. So we are going to continue to work together. We're going to try to portray ourselves as not being too close, just so we don't, seem like a threat. Because it's only 2 of us, and then 4 people who are not on our tribe, which is not good if we lose. Which hopefully we won't, because I'm going to take some time and I'm going to draw up my design for the flag tomorrow. So that'll be good. Because that's kind of what I want to do for a living, all that. Anyways, that's my confession for tonight, or whatever. I'm super tired, so I'm gonna go wind down and all that stuff, go to bed. Bye!
So, final 18, and we already swapped. And that was jaw-dropping because, well, at first I was mad because I lost my villain bestie, James. However, I did gain Daphne, who I really wanted to meet and work with, and she reciprocated that, and we already, I went from being in a 6-person alliance majority to now being in a 4-person majority alliance on the new 3-tribe swap. So that's me, Daphne, I don't know how to say her name, I don't know, and Blueberry, and we are targeting Donnie because Donnie lied about not buying anything at the first challenge, even though he clearly bought the individual immunity, and then he claimed that he got it off the board. You don't get challenge immunity off the board, weirdo. And he also told me he's been in 5 orgs, but he told James 3 and he told Blueberry 2. So he's just making shit up as we go. Like, you don't think we talk and we're gonna catch that, and he thinks we're perfectly fine. Like, that we're friends. But we're not friends. I want him gone.
Hey everybody, it's Blueberry, episode 2 confessional. Ignore the lighting, ignore how tired I look, because I just didn't get that great sleep last night. But anyways, episode 2 got swapped with Gumby, Rosie, Donnie, Link, and Daphne. Yeah, I was just checking. And I love that swap. Since I love Gumby, I still think that I really like him. Potential final 2 alliance incoming, I don't know. But with that, like, talk to Daphne, love her, goodbye. Rosie I've talked to a bit, she's cool. Link, no, I haven't really talked to him that much. But Donnie, as I said, he is all over the place if we lose, hoping he's the boot. But in this alliance, there's 4 people, or in this tribe, there's 4 people who are in alliance. Me, Gumby, Rosie, and Daphne. 4 people who are the main people I get a good vibe off of, which is great. I love these 4. I want to go to at least merge with them, like, just to get far with them. Like, the only, like, kind of bad thing that happened to me with the swap was James being on his own, actually, with the, I forget the tribe, they won immunity, the other tribe. But, like, that, like, just wasn't that great. Hope he survives and hope they don't, like, go to tribal council, and hope that one tribe just, like, keeps losing. I would appreciate that. But yeah, that about wraps it up. Got the video confessional this time, and since we won immunity, I'll see you guys in episode 3. Yeah, 3. See ya.
Hey everyone, so since I've had my last confessional, the game has once again drastically changed. I was sitting the best position in my tribe, we just pulled off an amazing blindside. I was about to make another alliance. I finally had my 3 girls all together. We were about to make a little group of 4 called the Swingers Club. And then, I go up for my birthday dinner, have a couple drinks, and I come back and I'm on a completely new tribe. So when I first got the notification, I was out and I could see that there was a tribe swap, but I didn't know who was on my tribe because my data wasn't working. So the whole way home, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh shit, am I gonna get swap screwed? Am I gonna be with a bunch of people I don't know? But luckily, it worked out in my favor. I got Vince, Snowy, Moon, Chase, and James. The only person I don't know is James, but in the last day or so, we've had some really good chats. I actually feel closer with him than Chase. Now, like, Chase is a weird one for me because we've had, like, vague conversations here and there, and, like, within 2 hours, James has already told me more information than him. Like, he told me the rundown of the tribe, he told me Donnie was a snake. Chase has, like, told me that he was voting with a consensus vote to get outset after I already mentioned it to him, so, like, no help whatsoever. So it seems like the 4 remaining from the Alliance are gonna stick together, being me, Snowy, Moon, and Vince, which puts me in a really good position. Because Vince thinks I'm his number 1, Moon thinks I'm her number 1, and apparently Snowy loves me, which is so crazy to me. Because at the start of this game, I was planning his demise. I was going to take him out first if he didn't buy immunity. And then I was planting seeds to get him out when it came down to the 6 or 7 between that alliance and the Powder Rangers. And now, weirdly, I think he's one of my closest allies. I don't know what it is about this guy, but he really won me over. And I do really trust him. So, in like the last hour or so, me and Snowy kind of were thinking of pulling in James into an alliance, which is great, and honestly caught me by surprise because I thought Snowy and Chase were really tight. Because Snowy came up to me and he was all like, oh, Chase knows about the set vote, and I was like, oh, that's weird because I thought no one was going to tell him, so I thought Snowy was being shady and letting him know because he wanted to get closer with Chase. But it seems he's super eager to get rid of him, which I'm all about. Because then I'm everyone's number 1. I can choose to get out any person at the follow in tribal, and as long as you don't screw me With a tribe swap, I think I'm pretty set until the merge. Now when it comes down to the long game, I don't exactly know who my number 1 is. I'm kind of playing it by ear, but I have lots of options. Snow, Vince, Daphne, Moon, Nia, and maybe even James. That's 6 people that I think want to take me very far in this game. I think I've done a great job at giving off the perception that I'm kind of like new to this, a little bit paranoid, don't know exactly what I'm doing. I think Snowy thinks he has a 1-up on me, which I'm hoping's not the case. I think I have better relationships. I know Daphne and Moon would be fine to get rid of him. I think Vince would be fine to get rid of him. And I do want to go far with Snowy now, weirdly enough, but I think sitting at the end with him would be suicide. I think he's a great talker, he's super likable, and is good at winning people over. He's just me, except I'm going to be better. As far as the challenge goes, I'm a little concerned at the moment. It's like, as of now, an hour and a half or so before the time's up, and we don't even have a final product. So I think there's a good chance we go to Tribal. And I hope I can get Vince and Moon convinced that Chase is a liability and that James will be loyal, so that I can keep all my numbers on side. Ideally, though, we would just win and I can have a night to relax and not worry about game chat, but I'm not very confident in us winning at this point, but fingers crossed.
But we got split and reassigned into 3 groups. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that fucking sucked because I was feeling good with my group. I had a strong fucking alliance. I had a second alliance. There with my OG alliance, we were talking about making a fake alliance with someone we thought was sus. Like, it was fucking, cars were rolling. We're fucking rolling. And then I just got all fucked up. So now I'm in this new group, which is technically my old group because I was assigned to the same group, but with different people. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not feeling too hot right now. I feel, honestly, starting to feel uncomfortable. And I don't think it's anything to do with anyone else. It's just like I was so confident in my placement with everybody. I knew that anybody could turn on me at any time, right? I wasn't confident that, you know, the people I was aligned with were almost 100% truthful. I hoped they were, just because I was being truthful. I was hoping this respect was being shared. But you know, I know this is a game. I know that's not always how it be. I'm starting to get some of the old doubts of myself, like overthinking everything and being like, you know, are people misinterpreting my friendliness as like fakeness because it's a game? And you know, everyone's probably assuming that I'm just being nice to and saying these things to further the game, and I really don't want that to be the case. But there's no way I can do anything about it, because if I say something, then it's gonna even seem like more of a game, like I'm playing. I think it's because of the game. I feel like the game can be kind of fakeish, and that's my biggest pet peeve for me, is I don't want anyone to think I'm fake, and that's for a lot of personal childhood issues that I'm not gonna get into because no one cares. But other than that, I don't know. I just want to keep being myself. I want to be real. I like to encourage people. I like to be enthusiastic. I use a lot of emojis. I'm one of those. And, you know, if people, you know, think I'm fake and I get voted out for that, that would kind of suck. But at the same breath, I know I'm being myself. And I know I would have said this conversation with these people that I would with my friends. The same exact inflections, the same emojis, the same goofy memes. So if that kicks me off, that's totally fine with me. I won't be bothered because I feel really happy that I'm being true to myself, and I'm hoping maybe I'll make it far, and if I don't, at least I made some cool friends.
As you can tell, after the swap, everybody was feeling not so safe anymore. Turns out an early swap is pretty chaotic. After the swap, the first challenge of the 3 tribes was a flag making challenge. Each tribe was asked to make a flag representing the theme of their entire tribe. So Yago Mate was corpse or zombies, Kavo Kavoka was skulls, and Vakadevdra was blood. So here shortly I will show you exactly what those flags looked like. and they were judged over overall appeal, following the theme, and creativity. We had 4 judges, myself, of course, Timmy, who is on our production team, Sarcastic Productions, who is one of our spec members, and then Chelsie, who was voted out in the last tribal council. I wonder if she was bitter. Turns out, based on her scores, she was. She very much was. And let's see the results.
Confessional. I'm so happy. Oh my god. So basically everything I said in the spectator chat, or not the spectator, what am I talking about? The tribal chat is exactly what I feel. Let's put it this way, I'm not a super prideful person, but I have pride in my work and what I've spent a lot of time, like working on, because, I mean, you can be talented in art and all, but I've put a lot of work in it over the years, considering it's, what I want to do. And I took all the time I had in this, like today, because I didn't have a lot of time. I had, I had work, I had school, I had pretty much only my hour 30-minute art period to work on it. It wasn't even an hour 30. I used part of my study hall in order to keep working on it. But I know my worth. And so when I see somebody who's obviously very bitter, I get rather upset about it because I feel like that's just very petty to do. Especially at, your big age. Pretty sure she's older than me, isn't she? Even if she's not, character and all that. So yeah, I'm a little bit peeved about it. I don't want to be going home because of that, because I feel like that's kind of the, robbed way to go home. So I'm here with my cat. And we are talking to Kali and Dave. And Donut as well, of course. I'm keeping up with Donut. We're definitely, not voting for each other. Kali seems open to working with me, as does Dave. Right now, I'm kind of hoping that I can get a little bit of an in voting out Alex. So let's hope that's gonna work out. And yeah, very disappointed about today. No shade to anybody else's artwork. I think both Photoshop jobs were very well done. I liked them a lot. It's just when it comes down to it, I know that mine at least wasn't worth being the last. So, is what it is. Signing off. Meow, 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 meow.
I am so happy we won. Oh my god, I didn't think we were gonna do that because there was so much debate on trying to figure out the staying flag, especially near the end. But we won and I'm really happy about that. The other 2 survivors that I've participated in, my tribe has gone to tribal the first 3 times in a row, so I'm really happy that that streak is broken. I don't really know what to think at this point though in terms of the other tribe, because Mia and Donut I think are the ones that are from our tribe that is going to elimination, so that kind of really sucks. So hopefully they'll be okay because they're in the minority, so hopefully they've done really good to build up friendships and bonds and everything. I just wasn't sure how this elimination would go if it was us, because I do love James and I actually do really like Chase as well, but I want to stay true to the alliance. But if I did, it would mean one of them 2 going, so I'm really glad. And I do have my idol, but I really did not want to have to use it this time around. I just don't know if saving somebody this early would have been worth the use of an idol in the long run. I don't really know, but I'm really glad I don't have to use it. But I'm really happy. I'm just so happy. I'm happy we can celebrate. I'm happy I can nap now because I woke up so early to help with this flag, and when nobody else was online it was a bit nerve-wracking, but I'm really glad that my efforts actually helped us, and Chase as well. Everyone had really great ideas, and I think the zombie effect really put us over the top in the end. But I'm really happy that we can celebrate.
So as you can see, Kava Kava Ka is going to tribal tonight, and it seems like they're a little bit heated. Before we get into the drama in their tribal, let's see how everybody else on the other tribes are feeling.
Alright, this is part 2 of my confessionals for episode 2. Right, let's get into it. Basically, a little recap. I was the only member from my OG Quavoka Voka tribe to be on this new Matevoka. I forgot the name of my tribe right now. It's confusing, but basically, I was swapped, screwed. So where 5 people from other tribes stayed on this tribe, and I'm the one person singled out. And now today's just been chaos for me. I knew going into this swap, like, I was in a very bad position. I had to work my way up to the top. I'd like just work my ass off to get to a decent position on the tribe. And that's basically what I've been doing this entire time. I've been DMing people nonstop, making sure like people like me, my first impression is good, make sure people can trust me, can talk to me about like what I have in my old tribe. So yeah, today's been a very active day for me, which is good for me, I'm proud of that. But yeah, let's get into the challenge. Basically, I was under the impression that if I did not make the tribe flag and I didn't win it for my tribe, that we'd be gonzo. But turns out someone else made a better tribe flag than me. Even though I think mine was better, everyone said theirs was better, so I just let it go. You know, not worth arguing over, but at the end of the day, we won. It's all that matters. Doesn't matter how bad the flag was, we won. Even if it was because our Lord and Savior, Chelsie. If you guys don't know, Chelsie definitely rigged it for us. Probably to get back at all the old Kavoka members, but since our tribe doesn't have any besides me, I think that's why we got so many points. So, game of death, whatever, game of dead, dead of game, Dead Island, helped me out tremendously here. So, thank the Lord for that. Now, kind of get into my plans out with this future tribe. I know before I said I was like on the bottom, I'd be like work my way up. Now that I've talked to a lot of people and made sure I'm in like a good position in my tribe, I feel like I'm solid. I don't want to be cocky or like feel too confident about this, but I've made really very good connections with 2 people in my tribe, Snowy and Craig. Snowy and Craig. So right now, after the whole challenge was over and won, I've been DMing them like, hey, we should get this alliance going, me, Snowy, Craig, we should also do this. This is a good group, we could go really far together. And so far, I think it's gonna work. I think we're gonna end up going through with it. I mean, honestly, it's in the works right now, and I guarantee by tomorrow it's gonna be done, it's gonna be in place, and I'm gonna be a part of a power alliance that's gonna control this track. So right now, I feel good about my game, where I'm lying in the game. Hopefully, maybe we swap, I can meet some new people, but either way, no matter what happens, I feel like I'll be in a fine position. I'm not too concerned. I mean, there's still gonna be a bit of concern about me being the only Kavoka member on my tribe, but that's better. I might get a few votes if we go to tribal, but that's fine with me. I think I'm pretty confident I can get the votes if we do go to tribal, but yeah, that's about my game plan. I don't have anything too crazy going on. No one I'm really like trying to target. I'm just trying to stay alive. That's wraps. Thank you for listening. Adios.
Hey guys, welcome to my little night confessional. I have my little candle here. And yeah, it's been really long since I haven't talked to you guys. So now that we're in the new Yagome tribe, we have a majority. It's me, Snowy Craig, and Moonlight. And there's Chase and James who are just chilling on the side. So I'm scared for a potential blindside if Craig goes with James and Chase, because we did a voice chat. The voice chat was pretty awkward, like it was silent a lot of times, but like those 3, they kind of connected. So what I think is that they could blindside us, but we just won. So we had the challenge, and so we had to make tribe flags, and honestly, my personal preference out of the 3 flags, we had the worst one. Like, honestly, I think we had the worst one. The other 2 felt like, there was a drawing, and like the other one was like a movie poster kind of thing. We had creativity. It was kind of ratchet, like, let's not gonna lie. But I'm super proud of my team still, because no one was really like an art like doer, like no one really did art with the zombie head and things. That was pretty nice. So I think that we did pretty great with the circumstances that we got. So we have a majority of 4. No, I was in the Alliance on the original Yagomate, and now like the Alliance is like still kind of there because we're 4. As for the other Yagomates that aren't in our tribe, I'm scared for them. So Mia and Donut, they lost. But like the thing is, their flag tribe was like honestly the best one. It was like a hand drawing. We can't compete with that, you know? So I'm scared that one of them is gonna go home because they are in the minority. There's 4 of the original Kokovoka and there's 2 Yagomates. I'm kind of like staying in the middle, and I feel like Snowy is really going out there. So I know Snowy is really sneaky, and you know, he just has all these one-on-one bonds. Snowy's really good at it. Like, he's doing it under down low. Like, he's just having all these information, and he gets them somewhere, right? So I know him and Craig have a great bond. They've talked strategy a lot. I'm not really talking strategy with Craig. And yeah, so if I keep talking to James, who knows, I could potentially form something with him. I don't know, and I really don't. As for Moonlight, I think I have a great one-on-one with her. We have a great bond, and I don't think she could betray me yet, or maybe she's like this mega villain in her confessional and she just presents herself as this kind and silly person, which I really like. But that's a supposition too, right?
Hi, so it is the day after our flag challenge, and Team Blood basically won the challenge. I'm feeling so hyped. I was like looking at all of the critiques and things like that, and I was like, oh, like we're hitting second kind of a lot. Like, that's not bad. Like, that's pretty good. We hit first on a couple of them, and then the bottom of the score, it said we had the lowest amount of points, and I was like, my heart sank for a second. I was like, did we lose? We lost? But then Sage obviously said the other team was in, you know, elimination. And I was like, oh my God, it's golf scoring. We actually won. So I am so happy. I mean, our flag did look like a movie poster, I will agree. And I did appreciate the shout out about the bleeding eyes for Sage, because that was my idea, and it was hella clutch that Gumby put the Survivor logo in the background, because that was also another big hit for us. I don't know why the other teams put the names in, like their individual names. Was that a requirement? I don't think so. I think that was just a coincidence. I don't know. Anyway, I thought that would have maybe cluttered ours. Like, there's just a lot of text. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So I was super stoked that we won. I'm having a really chill, relaxed day. I did get some important maneuvering done though. I basically made it official with Gumby. You know, I'm the type of person that's pretty straightforward. Let's just put everything on the table. I'm not gonna like dance around whatever for too long. So I basically put it out there. I was like, yo Gumby, like, I want the 2 of us to get far in this game, especially considering the dynamic. I didn't say this to him, but like, especially considering the dynamic of our team. We're very active. He's already expressed to me that he doesn't really like Donnie. Though, if I could get Donnie to be, you know, on probation, or, you know, get in line and just like chill out, maybe he would be somebody I'd want to keep longer. I'm not sure. It's just hard when our 3 other team members aren't that active, you know what I mean? Like Link, we already talked about, isn't that active, and then Blueberry is a little, you know, distracted with school, which he's young, which obviously prioritized school. But I don't think he's like super active either. At least like, I've only done 1 challenge with this team, and he wasn't like super involved in the challenge. Same for Rosie, like she wasn't really that involved in the challenge. It was mainly me and Gumby, and then Donnie like was trying to like put input and stuff, which was really appreciated. But I just didn't feel like the other members of the team really contributed like opinions as much, like at least concrete opinions. So that makes me like less excited about them. But I'm just so glad I put it on the table with Gumby and was like, yo, I want us to get far. let's do a 2-person alliance if you're down with that. And he was like, heck yes. And I was like, thank you very much. So I'm so stoked for that. And we'll just see how the rest of this game goes. But I'm feeling confident within our team. Me and Gumby are kind of controlling the narrative. I don't know. I'll talk to him about it. I feel like we're in a good, strong leadership role in our team, at a minimum, you know? So if we could stay in control, that would be ideal. As long as people don't turn against us, because we're obviously like the most vocal, I don't think they're gonna spend the time to do that. I don't know, cross my fingers. Who knows, it could backfire. But I'm gonna stay in this like power dynamic, I guess, with the rest of the team, as long as they don't feel like I'm being bossy or taking over too much. I can't be obvious about it. You know, just make it seem like, oh, I'm being nice, you know. Obviously I want to win the challenges, like this is for the team, which it is, it's true. But at the same time, like, I want my say to be powerful, you know? So, see if I can pull it off. That's all for now.
So now we kind of know how the other tribes are feeling, but let's go ahead and get into Kava Kavaka's tribal council. Who do you think's going home tonight? We'll find out soon.
Alright, back to the tea. Sorry about that monologue. You can keep it or you can cut it out. That is up to you, Sage. I have so much tea just from the last day. Holy shit. So, the merge change happened. It wasn't really a merge. I guess it was like a mix-up, a scramble. So, I found out from the people on my new team that were in the old team that the guy who got kicked out last time in the double elimination was Set, and that he like threw shade and like rage quit and cussed everybody out and then left the server. I was like, oh my god. I don't think Chelsie did mean that, but like I said, I didn't see it, but I doubt it. She seemed super chill. So that was crazy. Like I said, I'm struggling with this group. I'm hoping I last long enough to get a different merge again or scramble, whatever, so I can at least get my alliance back. Hopefully we all survive to get that alliance back, because that OG alliance was amazing. It was just really fun group, and I think that's the biggest thing I miss and kind of made me feel a little off in the game. It's like I loved that alliance. It was so good. It just, the people were really nice. I felt accepted. I felt like we were all on the same wavelength, that no matter what I said, you know, it would be like something I'm talking to like a really good friend with, and they're just really accepting and awesome. So I miss that a lot, and I'm worried I won't survive long enough to rekindle that group, or that one of the other two might not survive either, which is really sad. So overall, shit went down. I ain't happy about the change. I am pretty sad, upset. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Anyway, hopefully my other plans with the other crew, and especially with the fake alliance, get to happen again, because I set that shit up so good and it got destroyed. Oh, funny thing that I didn't mention, that it's so good. Alright, in my last confessional, we all know I picked the best number, 69, correct? Alright. And so I picked a different number, and I got rewarded with a fake idol. And I basically had to write like a phrase that didn't include like immunity or idol. There was one other word, I don't remember what it is. But basically I had to make a phrase that made it seem like it's fake idol without, you know, using the word idol and immunity, things like that. So I wrote this pretty good line, I think. I think it was pretty smart. You know, we'll see. But I gotta pick the number to put it back under. And I bet y'all know what I picked. I'll wait. Let me see if you can guess. Did you guess? Yeah, I picked fucking 69 because it just felt so beautiful. Just like a sweet irony. Just, I had to do it. So anyway, that's probably my proudest moment. If I dip out before another confessional, I just want to say I'm just happy I gotta do that. That I can be game over and I'd be totally fine, because that was so much. That was just, it made me happy. I was just like, hey, good job. Hopefully I'll get to confessional 3. We will find out later tonight. But yeah, let's keep playing.
Hey everyone, Dave Cactus here with another video confessional. So for this tribal council, I voted for Alex, I managed to make 2 alliances, one with myself, Mia, and Donut, so myself and the people from the other tribe, from the other original tribe who are on my tribe, and then another one with Mia, Nova, and Kaylee. And then I have kind of like one-on-one alliances, nothing like super official, but I do have like a one-on-one connection with each person, so that's good. So if we lose again on this tribe, Donut is going to be my target. This round it was a toss-up between he and Alex, but I decided to just sit back and let other people decide. Like, if they're going to argue, let them argue about it amongst themselves, but it was actually very straightforward. People kind of just went towards Alex. So, sorry, Alex. I think Alex is a very nice guy. He's very helpful. I just don't have the time. Like, our schedules just don't overlap enough for us to really talk a lot. And sometimes when I'm talking to him, I feel like he's not giving me much. I mean, maybe I'm not giving him much either, but it kind of feels sometimes like he's trying to say some stuff without really saying it, like trying to dodge my questions, which is fair because the questions I ask are to get information and benefit myself, and I get other people not wanting others to know how they're thinking, especially in a game like this. And another reason why I want to go after Donut next round is because I think he and Mia are probably the tightest duo on this new tribe. I personally am not trying to play along like original tribal lines, although I was and am willing to do it if it benefits me. But I think it's fun to shake it up a bit, but I think they could possibly be playing by original tribal lines and will want to gain control of this new tribe and vote everyone else out, and that will make us look stupid because we had the 4-2 advantage. But I don't think that will happen, because if we lose again, I'm confident Donut will get voted out, and I have an extra vote, so I can use that to assure the two of them, or really anyone, doesn't take power in this tribe other than myself. So after getting Donut out, my strategy will be to try to be in the swing vote position. I think that being the swing vote is the best position to be in at all times. And the last thing I want to talk about in this confessional is the twist with like the people being voted out, the dead people having an impact on the game. So I think that's a pretty unique twist. Obviously, it may have screwed me. I don't know if Chelsie purposely gave us a bad score because this tribe had like the most people who voted her out or not, but I don't really care that much that we lost because I feel pretty safe. But I do worry that this twist, if like similar stuff happens in the future, that the twist could stifle gameplay and make it more boring because people will be afraid of pissing off the people who get voted out, and that will make for kind of a boring game and it'll be difficult to make moves. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I'm sure production has something good in mind and they want fun gameplay, so I don't think anything that will, really make things boring will happen, but like it could happen due to unintended consequences. So hopefully it doesn't. I'm going to continue playing as if the people getting voted out aren't going to have an impact, because that's just more fun, and I think that's kind of the way you have to play the game. So that's it for me. It's almost been 5 minutes, so I will talk to everyone in the next confessional, I guess.
Welcome back, everyone. This is day 6 of my Survivor journey, only 33 days to go. After the insane double elimination last episode, where Set left the server, we all swapped into 3 tribes at the final 18. So far I've been swapped to Quavoca with Mai, Nova, Cahill, Dave and Alex. I'm still allies with Mai of course, but she's informed me that Cahill and Nova are a pair, so we have to split them up eventually. Also, spectators, there's a surprise. On day 5, I found an hidden immunity idol and here's my live reaction.
I found a beauty idol, oh my god!
Moving on so you don't have to hear my dreadful voice anymore, we end up losing the challenge where we had to make a tribe flag. Despite Mai making a high quality flag, Chelsie ended up being one of the judges. And she got voted out from Quavoca, the tribe I am currently on, and despite Yogamate having worse scores across the board with other judges and coming first in the spectator vote, Chelsie ranked as last in all categories, having us be in last place, because she was bitter. Here is once again my live reaction.
Chelsie, what was that? How dare you make us lose immunity?
Anyway, after we lost, I realized that I used my banker vote advantage last round knowing Set would be voted out unanimously. Now I cannot vote this tribal in order to receive my extra vote, and we're on a tribe of 6, that's a big problem. Luckily, Alex has been somewhat inactive and he'll be an easy boot. I'm still wary of Cahill and Nova and was hoping to cause a blindside this round, but having no vote, and not wanting to waste my immunity idol, I'm sticking to the majority to get Alex out.
Unfortunately, as you can see, Alex the ChatGPT King didn't serve that much content, so I don't really have anything to show you, but just know that he was spitting out facts and paragraphs that seemed to be directly out of ChatGPT. That's the rumor, anyway, not confirmed, but he gave off ChatGPT vibes. And at the end of the day, the vote was a 4-1 vote. Because remember, Donut doesn't have a vote, only 5 votes, 4-1 against the ChatGPT King Alex himself. RIP, go ahead and gather your things and head over to the Island of the Dead. Now, Alex did get another chance to send another idol piece to somebody still left in the game, just like anybody that dies does. He sent it to Nova. So now, Nova has a full-ass hidden immunity idol going into episode 3, and we'll see where the tea takes us next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.